Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV. Back in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel. So anytime I bring you this action, this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive it. Now, with no further ado, let's get into this evening's video, if you will. You know, oftentimes, there's a grave difference between people that understand how the legal system works and the people that don't. The people that do understand how the legal system works are the people that's actually been in the legal system, has gone through the legal system, or perhaps they had an individual they were close to, such as a family member, a close family member, or a close friend that's gone through the system, so they're able to know firsthand exactly how it works. Now, people say, well, if you have a warrant, why run? Do the right thing and turn yourself in. Now, while that can be beneficial for you, I don't know if that's always the right thing to do per se. Now, when I say the right thing to do, I don't mean literally the right thing, because I guess, morally, it's the right thing to do. But let me explain something. If you have a warrant out on you, police is looking for you, and you say, you know what, I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm going to go and I'm going to turn myself in. You go and you turn yourself in. No trouble. They didn't have to look for you long. They didn't have, you go directly to the jail or the police station and turn yourself in without incident. You thinking, okay, I turned myself in. I did the right thing. They clearly see that I'm going to come to court because I turned myself in. And when you get to court, you're trying to get your bond lowered, and they won't even lower your bond. Let's just say, I'm going to just throw a number out there. Your bond is $15,000. The average person doesn't have $15,000. Hell, the average person doesn't have $1,500. So if your bond is $15,000, you thinking to yourself, here I am, I've turned myself in, so the judge may give me a 10% bond, in which is $1,500, or he may allow me to be released on my own recognizance, which means I can sign myself out. Understand this. For you all that haven't seen some of my previous videos, in the state of Kentucky, they don't have bail bondsmen. No bail bondsmen in Kentucky. Understand this. Whatever your bond is what your bond is. I see it in a lot of other states. If your bond is $15,000, it's automatically 10% to $1,500. No, not in the mighty Commonwealth of Kentucky. If your bond is $15,000, your bond is $15,000. Once you get arrested, you get fingerprinted, you get processed. About an hour later, if you're lucky, they call you over to what's called pretrial. When you go to pretrial, they want to verify, okay, your address. They want to verify who you live with. Do you work? Where you work? Are you on probation or parole? They ask you all of these questions. Anything that you answer that's beneficial, such as I have a job, I have a steady residence, I'm not on parole or probation, you get positive points. Anything that you can answer, you get negative points. They have a scale. So at the end of the questioning, either you're a good candidate to have your bond, reduced, you're a moderate candidate, or you're a low candidate. Risk, actually. I'm saying candidate, but risk is the proper word, if you will. So at that point, once they tally up your points, when the judge calls, the judge may call every 3 or 4 hours. So when they speak with the judge, yeah, I have Real Kens here. His point total is 13. He turned himself in. And 13 is a pretty decent number. He turned himself in. He has steady employment. He has a steady job. Well, he has a steady residence, rather. Well, the judge could still turn you down, which oftentimes they do. So they turn you down at pretrial. So now you have to wait to go to court. You see, pretrial the same night that you get arrested. You get arraigned the next day. Arraignment is your initial court appearance, your first court appearance. Now, if you get arrested on Friday, you're not going to get arraigned until Monday. So let's just say you get arrested on a Wednesday. You go to arraignment the next day. You see the judge. You're not really allowed to say much at arraignment, if anything. If you don't have no money to call, have your people take the attorney money and have your attorney present for you at your arraignment, guess what? You're going to be in there by yourself. At least if you have an attorney present, he can speak for you. Yeah, Mr. Realkins, his pretrial points was 13. You know, we feel like he's a good candidate. He turned himself in and, you know, things of that nature. So you may get out at that point, but even if you don't, your next court appearance, if you have a nasty prosecutor, which a lot of them are, they're going to go against, especially if you already have a history, they're going to go against you being released on bond. They're going to say, well, due to the, you know, Mr. Keynes' prior history, the Commonwealth of Kentucky objects to any sort of bond. And you're like, what? My prior history? What is my prior history that I've already done time on have anything to do with this charge today? I've never missed court. Never have I missed court. I turned myself in. Y'all didn't have to come looking for me. I turned myself in without incident. Like, what is the problem? I'm putting up this amount of money to get out to assure that I'm going to come back to court. And them prosecutors, man, I'm telling you, them prosecutors is lethal. Because a lot of times the judge is going to listen to the prosecutor. And that's why you got to pay all that money to have a lawyer that's going to spit like a Uzi. Well, Your Honor, my client, you know, he's appealing the community. You know, I understand the Commonwealth's position. This is how they talk. I understand the Commonwealth's position on the matter. But, you know, Your Honor, and, you know, they spit like a Uzi. Next thing you know, you walking out with a bond. So that's the importance of having a lawyer. But turning yourself in is really overrated. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want you all to say, oh, Real Kins said don't turn yourself in. You know, it's not a good idea. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying whatever judgment you choose to use, it doesn't help you turning yourself in. You know, people tend to say that it's never been through the system. I'll do the right thing and turn yourself in. For what? Do their job for them? At least if I'm going to turn myself in, I'm going to get myself right first. I'm going to get my affairs in order. Okay, I know it's difficult for me to get a bond once I go in. So let me get this situated over here. Let me, you know, say goodbye to my kids. Let me, you know. And then if I do end up getting a bond that I can handle, cool. It's just so crazy how much people just judge and they think that because the law, they've never had to go through that. So because the law says certain things, that's just what it is. And oftentimes that's not the case. Who wants to go to jail? That's a nightmare. Who wants to go to jail? You can say all day long, well, you shouldn't have put yourself in that predicament. You shouldn't, shoulda, woulda, coulda. And you're absolutely right. You shouldn't have put yourself in that predicament. But at the same time, you are in that predicament. Who wants to leave all this beauty? It's beauty love out here. That's what we call it, beauty love. It's beauty love. I'm sitting in my car right now, you know what I mean, talking to the beautiful people across the world. People everywhere. People in Kentucky. People in South Carolina. People in the UK. People in Canada. People in Virginia, people in California, people in New York, people everywhere that chime in. I'm chilling. Look, I'm not going to make anything up. I'm not going to make anything up to you. Look, I got a Wendy's bag. You know what I mean? I just ate a salad. I just ate I'm trying to get back into the gym, get myself, I had a hernia surgery. I'm gonna let you all in on my personal life, because that's how much I care. I had a hernia surgery. Let's see, what is it? September, maybe 4 months ago. And I had the hernia, my belly button, and it came from lifting heavy weights. I wasn't the strongest dude in the weight pile, but I was all right for my size. At the time I was probably 190, throwing up 350 on the bench press. 350, I wasn't repping it, but that was my max. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying I was repping 350, but that was my max. I take that 315 and throw it up for, 5 times. 245, I was doing 5 sets of 12s. 245 at 195, 190, 195, it's not bad. 275, I throw it up for sets for 5. So, I was really, serious about being in that weight pile and lifting weights, and therefore, so forth. And I ended up catching a hernia, and I put it off for a couple years, and I just now had the surgery. So during that time, I haven't really been working out. However, I'm getting back into the gym. I'm going lightweight. I probably weigh, I'm probably about 210 now. You know what I mean? So 205 is probably the heaviest that I'll go. Maybe 2.25. I love that 2.25, being able to hit it for 10s, 12s, but I'm not anything crazy like that. Anything over 225, I'm not lifting anymore. You see what I'm saying? But at any rate, heck, I done lost my train of thought. I guess this is where editing will be a great thing. You know what I mean? Because I could edit all of this out. But hey, Real Kens TV, man, I just keep it real over here. So, we just gonna, we just gonna roll how we roll. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. The salad. I was eating a Wendy's salad. So I'm saying, in prison, you can't get a salad like that. And if you do, you're going to have to assemble it yourself. You're going to have to go to commissary, probably spend about $20 on all the, the head of lettuce, whatever chicken breast you want to put in it, your cheese, your croutons, your ranch dressing. Man, they're going to charge you $5, $6 for a bottle of ranch dressing. So by the time you add all that up, you're going to spend $20, $25. Out here on the streets, man, I can eat healthy. I don't have to eat them silly ramen noodles, but I kind of like them ramen noodles, to be honest. And every once in a while, I humble myself and I eat me a ramen noodle. But I'm able to go and eat when I want to eat. Go take a shower when I want to go take a shower. When I go to the restroom, I'm not 3 feet away from someone sitting on the toilet right beside me. You see what I'm saying? I'm able to just chill. Like I said, I'm in my car. I'm drinking my water. This is water right here. I mean, everything's cool out here. Everything is cool. So when I'm having a bad day and I'm having a down day, I just think about it. Hey, I'm not in prison, man. It's a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing because I'm not locked up. I can jump in my car. I can, whatever. Whatever I want to do, within reason. So you get to thinking about that, and all these things go through your mind really, really quickly. And I'm not trying to go back to that. I don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to go back to prison. So why would I turn myself in? This is how, that you're thinking in your mind. I don't want to go back to prison. What's going on with my car? My battery? My battery need to be replaced? I don't know. But, yeah, you're thinking, I don't want to go back to prison. So the likelihood of you just turning yourself in is not very high. Because, again, remember what I was saying earlier. When you go to court, none of that's going to matter. The prosecutor's still going to say you're a flight risk. The prosecutor's still going to go off your past. The prosecutor is still going to say that you're not a good candidate for bond. And even when they do give you bond, it's hellified, stipulations. You got to wear an ankle monitor. When your color comes up, you have to go drop, which means you got to go pee in a cup. They're going to test you for drugs, obviously. But if you're on an intense release, then they may test you for alcohol. You know, sometimes you have to be in the house by a certain time. You can only go here. You can only go there. Now I done paid all this money to get out. My charges are not really that serious. It's not like I'm out here, you know, with a murder charge or a serious assault charge or... So all of these things, plus you have to pay a fee. I know here it's like $10 a day to be out on this ankle monitor. It may be more than that. It's just what it was, you know, when I was doing time. So it's kind of designed for you to mess up. They want you to mess up. So they can say, see, Your Honor, we told you. Court system, man, I'm telling you, it's anything but fair. And I understand life's not fair. I understand do the right thing. You don't have to experience those things. But sometimes, man, sometimes things just happen. But it's going to be different for me if they happen because I have a past. Opposed to this individual over here that doesn't have a past. Well, it's going to be like night and day. Prosecutor's not going to have all these, you know, things to say. So just understand that. I just want you all to kind of understand. You know, I don't just talk about prison. I talk about prison just to encourage or discourage the young people from being out here in these streets, man. Somebody just got shot. Well, every day somebody gets shot and killed. Every day. But somebody just got shot yesterday. He was at the drive-thru at a restaurant. Guy comes up to him. I guess they had beef, you know, before. Nothing major. From what I understand. Wasn't no major beef. Shot him 3 times. These youngsters, man, they don't care about it being broad daylight. They don't care about not having a mask on. They don't care about 100 people being present and able to point this person out. They don't care. They just don't care. It's like you have a death wish. You have a prison wish. Then you in prison, you know, begging your mom to send you money. Mad because your baby's mama ain't answering the phone. You know, mad at the world because you chose to go shoot somebody in broad daylight over something that I'm quite sure was very, very, very avoidable. So now you in prison looking to serve the rest of your life. And all the people that's speaking about, oh, if I shoot somebody, the only thing I got to do is send to county jail for 2 or 3 years and not say nothing. Listen, for everybody that has that circumstance and only comes out with 7, 8, 10 years, there's probably 50 people that are serving 30, 40 years. So I don't know where you all get this, you know, I can catch a body and sit in the county and wait them out for 3 years and I'm only going to get 8 years. Does it happen? Yeah, it happens. Because there's unique circumstances to cases. Sometimes, you know, people don't show up for court. Sometimes nobody seen anything. There's all type of reasons. So, yeah, it happens. So the prosecution wants to get some sort of a conviction. So they rather give you 8 years opposed to you going to trial and just beating it all together. And the average person is going to go ahead and take the 8 years. They already been sitting in the county jail 2.5, 3 years. You see what I'm saying? But it's just, the system is just really, really rigged. It's really messed up. So give people a break when you see them catch a case. If you're a business owner, or you're in a position to where you can speak with the business owner or you're doing the hiring, man, don't just go off of the person's criminal record. But I'm going to tell you, man, some of the smartest people you ever will meet are in prison, man. You got guys that are tattoo artists in prison. You got guys that are artists, which the two kind of go hand in hand because most artists can tattoo. You got guys that can, whatever you think of, can paint, can cook. Wow. There's all type of talent in prison. Sing, rap. We're not even going to talk about sports. We're not going to talk about sports. All the athletes that are in prison. But you have some really good people that are in prison, man. Some of them, you know, just made mistakes. Some of them have, you know, they were on drugs at the time. Some of them, you know, but you got some really good dudes that are in prison. When you see these young kids shooting up these schools, or these young people shooting up these churches, or these young people, not necessarily even young, I'm just say people, period, shooting up grocery stores, movie theaters, I guarantee you, none of those people were felons. Think about it. None of them people had prior offenses. So just because a person has a felony, that doesn't mean that they're not worthy to work at your company. It just means that they had a past, they made a mistake, and they've moved on. That don't mean that they have to, you know, be in the back room and only job that you'll hire them for is to wash dishes. Doesn't mean that. This means they made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody. As long as you come out and you're trying and you've left those criminal ways behind you and you've genuinely shown contrition, because that's what the world wants to see, contrition, remorse. I'm sorry. Everybody loves a rags to riches story. Everybody loves a success story. But you have to be true to yourself. Have integrity. You say you're going to be somewhere, be there. If you can't, let that individual know. Have some pride. Have some integrity. Because that's what I pride myself in. Just trying to do the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do. Not to impress anybody. Now, if somebody's impressed by me doing the right thing, okay. That's cool. But it's about doing the right thing simply because it's the right thing to do. Stay out of prison. Stay out of harm's way. Stay out of the streets. Get yourself a skill, trade, school, something. A job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs. Don't get you a fly-by-night job. If that's what you have to get initially, okay, cool. A job is a job initially. But get you a career, you know. I don't care if you have to join the fire department. I don't care if you have to. Just get you something that's going to keep you out of these streets, man. Because once they shut them gates on you and lock them doors, mama can't help you. Mama can't help you. That's my son. You think a judge cares about you talking about? Matter of fact, you keep running, I'm going to lock you up. Understand that. So I'm looping everything. I'm looping everything that I said, coming back to what I originally said as far as why people don't want to turn themselves in. Nobody wants to go to jail. But if you don't want to go to jail, you don't want to be what's the old saying? You don't want to be framed in the picture. Guess what? Stay out the picture. Stay out the picture. Real Kids TV, man. You know, I'm gonna kick back and drink my water. Watch a little Monday Night Football. And I'm gonna get at y'all real soon, man. Real Kids TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel. Got merchandise coming soon. T-shirts coming soon. I've had a heat press. I have a couple heat press, so I can do my own T-shirts and, you know, things of that nature. I've had it for so long, I just never really did anything with it. Brand new in a box, just sitting in the garage. But I'm about to start, you know, just inspiration. Probably going to be hoodies because, you know, the weather's getting ready to change. But I'll keep you posted. You know what I mean? I'll keep you posted. Real Kids TV, man.